Hey, welcome back to another Rainbird Cirrus software tutorial. If you've been following along, you'll know we've developed a fully functional irrigation system including all pipe stations and rotor control in our last video. We are now ready to create programs. Developing these irrigation programs can allow us to make our system 100% customizable to fit any golf course needs. With the creation of a detailed program, we will maximize the efficiency of our system with the ability to make changes where and when they might be needed. Failure to have a thorough irrigation schedule or program might result in insufficient watering practices. Okay, in this video we'll be showing you multiple ways to create a program and what ways might be more efficient. We'll be taking you through a step-by-step of how a program can be created along with ways to alter your program after they have been made. This will allow you to micromanage irrigation schedules and sequences.
Show you how to manually add the stations and sequences to the programs here. So I've clicked on the program icon. You see I've got a couple here. I'm just going to add this next program and I'm going to call it the back tees. Good. So from here we're just going to go into the back tees. I'm going to add a schedule for hole number 1. So I'm just going to kind of label it, or sorry, that'll be hole 10 if it's on the back. And then from here we can do an area sequence. So I'm just going to add one. We're going to go to the 10th tee. So I'm going to label that 10T. And we'll make it overway to station sequence where I will add one. And also I'm going to refer to this as 10T1 because that'll be the station that we have assigned to that number. You'll see that it automatically puts the default run time onto that. And then basically that's all. You're just going to go from here. You're going to add each of your holes. And then from there you're going to set each one up just the way I did on hole 10. But another little quick way to do it, instead of having a reference page to know how many stations you have set up for your flow zones, you can just go over here to this area sequence again. I'm going to click on this rebuild station sequence and it's going to call on all the stations tied to this area type of the 10th tee. So will I override existing data? Yes, I will. And you will see there is 3 heads attached there. So that is done for the 10th tee already, and we can just quickly do that for the 10th, for the 11th. So I'll go over here, add a sequence. We'll go 11T. Boom. They're there. So those are your 2 quick ways. Well, this one's a little bit quicker, but we'll quickly show you the next fastest way also. Data that we collected here, looking at our programs and all that, we can now go into the dry run feature. So everything that we have turned on, we got 9 to 5. This is our stop time. That's our start time. It's about typical. We just press play. We let the irrigation run its thing, and there it goes through everything we have installed. And we have around a lot of water, 265,000 gallons in one night, but that should get her soaked.
Showed you guys some of the ways to add your programs in. We're going to show you a bit of a quicker way here. So instead of hitting this plus button like we had before, we're going to go over and we're going to hit this Q. What this does is allows you to add all your holes at once. So we're going to do our back. We're going to do our tees. Start time is 10 p.m. And you can choose which days you want. So if you want to just do every other day, you can take those ones out. Or if you want to do all of them, have them all checked off. Same with the front or back. You can individually select holes, which ones you want, which ones you don't. Turn them all on, turn them all off. For this one, we'll just do our back. And come down, you press OK. Now that one added in there, 10 p.m. When we go in there, everything's already inputted without all the hassle of typing everything in individually. Go to each one's in there. Just saves you a few steps. You can do everything in about 5 clicks rather than 10 to 15.
Okay, so here we have finished our created 12 schedules, a front 9 and a back 9 for each section. So greens, tees, fairways, approach, perimeter, and rough. Front and back for each. Now that we have these, we're going to try and make a program so that they run every other day. In order to do this, for each section, you just need to go into the week column here, and you click on this arrow, and it starts off in weekdays, and every weekday is selected, and then you just go into skip days. And so since we want to water every other day, we put a 1 in skip days, and we want it to start today, so it's 0 days to go. And so that means it's going to start tonight when it's scheduled to start at the 10 p.m. and it's going to skip every other day from there on, and it's just going to pop up as a little 1 and 0 there. And then I'll do that for everyone. You can just speed it up. And then once that's done for all your programs, they're each going to run every other day. And then the next thing that we're going to do here is we want all the front 9 greens or front 9 programs to run on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and all the back 9 programs to run on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So to manipulate that in an easy way to change it back and forth, you just go back into the weeks and you go weekdays. And so for front greens, we're going to have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so you just deselect Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hit OK. And then for the back 9 greens, same thing. You go to weekdays, get rid of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and then you hit OK. And then now if you go back into either one of those and you want to go back to watering every other day, you just hit skip days and hit OK, or you can just go back between weekdays and skip days, as easy as that.
So we're into part 4 of our problem solving, and this issue that we're dealing with right now is in regards to a variance of organic matter on some of the older greens. And they've started to suffer from poor infiltration. We found that the water is puddling on the greens after 5 minutes of watering, and it happens on the entire front 9 greens. So what we're going to do is design a program that waters all the greens every night for 20 minutes, which we've already done. However, in this case, we're going to set it so that only the front 9 are run off a cycle and soak program where they take 5 minutes of water and then 30 minutes of soak time. So in this case, we're going to go to our station detail, and we're going to select greens. And in this case here, we want to go over to the cycle time, and we're going to enter in our time for that, which is going to be 5 minutes. We'll do that for all of the stations. And once that's in, we'll go over to the soak time, and we're going to enter in 30 minutes for each of those areas, for each station. So in this case, now we're seeing that all the greens have that information done for those front 9. Once you get into the back 9, there's no information in there. So we can close this. We'll go into the program details, and here we need to set the front greens. This value needs to be 200%. This is just increasing the water budget for that area. Once that's entered, then we can go over to our dry run to verify that everything's the way it should be. Click on graph and do our dry run. And once that is complete, we should see 4 sessions that are So in here, this is where you find verification of your run times for those front 9 holes. And then you can verify that against the dry run time graph, and this just shows that it all is as it should be. If you end up getting to the point where everything is rectified and you've managed your thatch problem, you will have to go back into all the station details, and in those greens you'll have to go back and manually remove all this information as it's now been rectified and is no longer needed for this fix problem or detailed problem.
Now that we have developed irrigation programs, we have the ability to go back and alter these schedules or create new ones. The Rainbird software provides a well-structured setup process. This is what allows you to take full control over your irrigation system. With all the possible programs options offered by this software, you can now create the most efficient irrigation system for your golf course. Thanks for watching.